guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is one that I've never done before, and I have so much new makeup at the moment. I've done so many different hauls and I did a bit of shopping before lockdown kind of got in place. So I thought I would do a first impressions video today. I've already applied my foundation because I don't have like a new foundation that I want to use. So I thought it was kind of cheating if I did my foundation in the video since it's not first impression. So basically I'm going to be using a bunch of new products from a bunch of different brands and trying them all out, seeing my first impressions of them, giving my review of them, see what I think of them, and just kind of give it a go and see what happens. So if you want to see my first impressions full face, then make sure to keep watching. So for my concealer, which is what I'm going to start with, I have two brand new concealers. I've got these two here. This one is the Body Collection England concealer. This one's supposed to cover dark circles, which is why I bought it. Although it does look like it's got quite a pinky peachy undertone to it. And then this is the other one, which is the Skin Tone Concealer from Kiko. I think this looks like the perfect shade for me. I don't really want to end up with like two eyes differently because I am going to work after this. So I'm going to just kind of layer it up, and I'm going to go with this one first, which is the Body Collection one. I'm using this one first because I feel like this is going to have the coverage, and then I'm going to use the Kiko one afterwards because that's the colour I want. So let's just kind of go for it and see what it's like. I'll be honest, I'm not a biggest fan of the applicator just because these are kind of applicators I'm not that keen on. I prefer them when they're a lot bigger because I feel like it's better application, but that's just my personal preference. So I'm just going to go straight in with it and apply it. I really don't know what it's going to be like. Yeah, the colour is nowhere near as like orange as I thought it was going to be. So that's good. And a lot of concealers that I get are very yellow as well. A lot of the concealers that I get are very yellow, and they do end up with like yellow undertones. So I'm not going to apply too much of this because I do have another one to apply after. So I'm just going to do mainly like underneath the eyes and just a couple of other key areas. But yeah, I'm really not a fan of this applicator at all. I don't think it's helping me apply it very easily. So this probably isn't one that I'm going to be like obsessed over. But let's just see what it looks like. I'm going to go in with this foundation and contour brush, and I'm just going to blend my chin and nose out. It has actually done an alright job though. My chin and nose do look a lot more brightened already, if that's even words. They look a lot brighter is what I meant to say. So I'm now doing the underneath of my eyes. I normally use like a beauty blender for this, but I'm using a brush today. So I don't really think that's done anything really for underneath my eyes apart from make them look oily and greasy. Yeah, it's just made them look oily to be honest. So I am going to blend them out a little bit more with a beauty blender and hope that kind of gets rid of the oiliness, because I'm really not a fan of that. That's made it a little bit less oily. I'm going to go in with the Kiko one now and try that. This is in the shade 2. It don't have a name, it just says 2. So I'm now going to open it up. I do actually like the packaging. It's very, very tightly packaged with the plastic film. And then on the top you can actually see the K's, but you can't see it on the camera because it's too dark, but there are some imprinted K's on the top, which do stand for the Kiko, which is the name. I hate packaging like this because I never know if it's actually like the packaging or if it's part of the product. So, fully unpackaged. Let's see what the applicators look like. So that applicator is better because it's a lot bigger than the other ones. I feel like it will apply maybe easier. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to go into my eyes again because I feel like that other one, that's really good. That is really, really good. I feel like the other one didn't really do anything for underneath my eyes, so I'm going to go in with this one. But this one actually is applying so well. Yeah, that is so much better. You can literally just see how it's the opposite of transparent. I don't want to say solid, but you can literally see like how, I don't know how to word it, but it's good. It is good. It's like there's so much product, like it goes so much further, and it's like so thick as well. Like the other one was really like you couldn't, like it just, I don't know how to word it. The brush is really weird as well. It kind of like spins a bit when you put it on. I do really like this. So I'm pretty concealed. I'm now going to blend this all out, but I'm a real big fan of this so far. I'm just going to apply a little bit more underneath this eye because I feel like it's not really consistent enough. So I want to like really brighten my face up. So I'm going to go in with this, and I'm actually such a big fan. It's like the packaging is absolutely gorgeous. I think it's a glass bottle. that was just like really hard plastic. This is what it looks like, and the shade is literally perfect so far. So I'm using this little mini beauty blender here, and I'm just going to start on my chin. Yeah, that is actually really good. I really like that. I really needed to try like new concealers and stuff lately, because I've just not been 100% happy with any of the ones that I've used. They've just not been right for me. So I really wanted to kind of find some new ones and some different ones. So I've done most of the under eye of that one. I'm going to go in with this one now. It's really hard to try to dab it and not to like pulling it around, because that's when you lose most of the product. So I'm going to use a brush just to kind of pat all that in and blend the worst of it out, and then go back in for the bits underneath my eyes after. So I'm now kind of blending that little line out underneath my eyes, and that always kind of gathers when I do my concealer. So I'm just blending that out there so it's a lot neater and looks a lot more natural. I can smell my dinner. It smells amazing. So I'm going to leave it like that for my concealer, because I think that's not done too bad a job. I'm going to use my baking powder. This isn't a new one, so this isn't going to be a first impressions. So I'm just going to fast forward this whole part through. So from that, I do have to say that the first one I tried, the Body Collection one, isn't really for me. I just don't think the colour's right, and I'm not a big fan on kind of how it comes out. I feel like it comes out very in like small amounts, especially I think it is just the applicator that I'm not a fan of, because I just don't feel like it applies very well. I feel like this would definitely be right for some people, but personally for me, it is not right for me. The Kiko one, however, I really do like. I feel like that has actually done a very good job. So I feel like this is definitely one that you will see in future videos. So this is the new kind of contour that I bought. I'm not sure if it's actually supposed to be a contour or not, but I thought it looked cute, so I bought it. This is by Models On, and I bought it from the beauty outlet. I did a haul, so do make sure you check that out. So this is the contour stick, and this is what it looks like. It just looks very, very orange. It's in the shade Sandwiches 10, and I'm just going to apply this. It's going to be very, very orange, I'm sure, but I feel like it'd be really, really good for precision, especially like doing like nose contour, things like that. So I'm going to go straight in with it. It is very, very good for nose contour. I really do like that. I just do think it's going to be way too orange. So I've applied what I'm going to apply for that, and then I'm going to blend it out using the same brush that I used before, which is the foundation and contour blending brush. This is from Primark, and it's £3, and it is just, this is the brush that I've used the most, like ever. I just use it all the time. So it's not as orange as I thought it was, and I feel like it's kind of blended out quite nicely. So I'm just going to keep blending the rest of my face and kind of see how it goes. I actually quite like that. I thought it was going to be so orange, but it's kind of giving it a bit of a shadow on my cheekbones. It's very creamy as well, which I quite like, 'cause it's very kind of moist.
I feel like that's a word people are gonna like give me hate for.
But it's very creamy and quite a good formula. I really do like it, and I feel like for like a natural everyday look, I'd probably just use this contour anyway. But for the purpose of the video, I will be using more to kind of build up as well, because that's what I do when I film. So I'm using this Roxy contour palette, which is one that I've been like quite a big fan of recently. So, and that kind of just builds a bit of extra colour and just kind of, I don't know, I feel like it just brings the colour back into your face, and rather it being orange, it's a lot more not natural, but just blends in a lot better, I think. So I'm going to do the same thing just on my forehead a little bit, just kind of sculpt the edges of my face a bit better. So next thing I'm going to go in with is highlight, and I've got this highlight palette here, again from Beauty Outlet in the exact same haul. And there's so many different highlights here, and I've really not had a chance to try really many of them out. So today I'm going to use this one here, which is Champagne Kiss. I think this one looks really, really nice. It's kind of like a pastel rose gold. This palette is the Pro HD Amplified Highlight Palette. And I'm just going to use this one here, which is one of my Real Techniques brushes. This is the Expert Face Brush. It's probably one of my favourite ones to use for highlight. I don't mind that, you know. That's not bad at all. And then I'm going to apply a little bit on the end of my nose. That'll do for my highlight and contour, and I'm going to move on to my eyes next. So I actually have quite a few like new eye products, but the main kind of couple that I want to try out is this Revolution palette here. This is the Wild Animal palette, I believe. Yeah, it's the Integrity Wild Animal palette, and I think it's just absolutely stunning, and I've never actually used this palette before, so I really want to try it out. And then again from Kiko, I bought a couple of eye products. This is one of them, which is a metallic chrome eyeshadow, and this is called Lost in Amalfi Bronze Glaze shade number 4. So I'm just going to open this up now. I've never even opened this, and I think it's like so cute. Like, I love the packaging and everything. So I don't think I'm actually going to try this one out today, just because I have work and I don't want to put too much product on my face, that kind of thing. This is what it looks like, and it does look like really nice. I'm just going to swatch like a little bit onto my hand. Yeah, that is so gorgeous. Like, you can't really see it because the lighting, so apply a little bit more so you can see a bit better. Oh my god, it's so gorgeous. It is so gorgeous. And for an eyeshadow as well, it's so creamy, it's so smooth, and it blends out really well as well, and it looks so nice. So I do love that. I think that'd be such a gorgeous look, and I really want to play around with it. But because I have work in less than an hour now, I am now going to not use this one today, but I am in love with it. So the other eye product I bought from Kiko is this long-lasting eyeshadow stick, and this is in this shade here, which is 57. I think it's quite a like bluey, sparkly, tealy turquoise shade. It's quite strange, but this is what the stick looks like. I think it is gorgeous, and again, because of work, I don't really want blue eyes, so I'm not going to swatch this on my eyes. I'm not going to actually try this one. I'm just going to use this one on my hand. So let's just see what it looks like. That is so nice. It's, again, really creamy, really kind of good product. It just feels really nice. And this is the colour, and it's so shimmery and so sparkly. And I think you can also blend it out to make it a bit more of like a pastel shade too, and a bit more subtle, but I do really like that. But for now, I'm going to use my Revolution palette. So this is the one that I've picked out. I've got so many palettes I've not tried yet, but one of the ones that I'm going to be using, I'm going to use this like orangey shade here for my eyes, and then I'm going to use another palette as well that I've not used yet. So this one is a palette I bought, and I cannot believe I don't even use this yet, but I bought this one here. This is the Pro HD Amplified palette from Revolution, and I'm in love with this. This actually did sell out very fast because I bought these out and put them on sale, and I got these I think in October. It is in my Vlogtober videos, is my 2 Revolution hauls that I did, so this will be in one of them. But I have not tried this yet, and this palette is honestly stunning. It has so many gorgeous colours, but I'm going to go with kind of like a nude look today, just because obviously I have work, so I don't want to be too out there. So I'm going to use a couple of Real Techniques brushes, a couple of ones that I bought from Primark, and one of my Superdrug brushes as well for this look. And I'm just going to go in with the bigger brush that I have. I'm just going to get all the excess products off. And I'm going to use kind of the lighter shade out of this palette here, which is this one. And that's kind of just acts as kind of like a base, and just kind of gives like the same colour and a bit like a consistency, I'd say, in my eyes. So I'm going to do the same on the other side. I think it kind of lightens and brightens them up as well. So that'll do for that, and then I'm going to go with a smaller brush and use like one of the darker kind of like beige colours, and then I'm starting to just kind of build up this kind of like colour and effect. So I'm going to go with a bit of a firmer brush I think now. That's so pink. So I'm going to go with like this orangey shade here, and it's kind of like a caramelly browny orange. I really like it. And this is to kind of build up the colour. And I'm going to do something inside. I actually really like this shade. I think it's really nice. I don't want to go too much of the eyes because, as I said, like, I'm just not going for like the extra look today. So I'd like it to be quite like chill and matte and just not too much. That's what it's looking like so far. It is quite orange. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to use this bigger brush that I used before. I'm going with this like white shade. It's like a really sparkly white. I think it's really, really nice. I'm going to use this for the inner corners of my eyes to brighten them up and make them a lot shinier. Kind of the inner corners and blend that up. Oh, that is nice. It's kind of a camo colour as well. It looks a bit camo. So I'm trying to blend that into my eyes. So it does kind of have like a rose gold camo kind of tinge to it. So I'm now going to go in with the Revolution brush that I used before, and I'm going to get the darker shade out of the Revolution palette. And I'm going to use this on the very outer corners of my eyes. That kind of just makes it look a bit more complete and kind of tidies it up a bit as well. It also kind of tones down the orange effect. And then I'm going to slightly go underneath my eye with it as well. So guys, I'm going to leave my eyes like that because I don't want to go too much with them, but I just want to try the palette out, and I actually really like that palette. It's really, really nice. But I like both of them, to be honest. I feel like there's more kind of colourful looks you can get with this palette rather than the nudes that I used, but they just wouldn't have worked for today. So I'm now going to go in with the mascara, and this mascara I have used once before. It's a Primark one. It's a new one that I've never seen before, but I'm going to use it anyway today because I haven't used it very much at all. I actually quite like the application of it. It's not the kind of brush I'd normally go for, but I do like the application. I normally like a lot like thicker and really widespread on the end of my wand, but I do kind of like this. So guys, that is all of my makeup tried and tested for today. I really enjoyed this. I really like playing around with new items, new kind of makeup looks and things like that. So I really, really did enjoy this. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to hit that thumbs up button, drop me a comment down below your favourite item, and subscribe to my channel if you'd love more content like this. So that is it from me for today. Thank you so much for all the support. Thank you for watching. Stay to the end if you have done. And I'll see you all next time. Bye guys.